Hey, what is up, everybody? It is First Friday. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Man, it's been a pretty crazy ride to get to this point where we're all ready to go, but I think we are. And we have an amazing show tonight. I am super excited. I kind of missed out on First Friday last time because my studio was a big wreck. It's still a bit of a wreck, but it's less of a wreck, and I'm sitting in the spot where I initially envisioned that I would be sitting tonight for doing these sorts of shows, and it's all kind of starting to come together. I have a lot of junk on the table, but that's by design. I hear from the big live streamers like Bardwell and Ken Herron that you have to have lots of stuff for people to look at, and it keeps them interested. I do have back here, I don't know if Jerry from the Drone Interest Group is watching, but this is actually a lampshade that he made for me on a lamp. It's not a Dr. Pepper lamp, that just happens to be sitting there, that they 3D printed for Ready Set Drone. It's super cool, and it's right there, and it's got a little changing color LED in it, so pretty stoked about that. I have more stuff I'm gonna put back there and do some better lighting and all that, but hey, for the first time out of the gate, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. I see Ben in the audience. I see Sean from Geeks Vana. I see Chris Hope. I see Matt Cundiff. I see Doc Murdoch earlier. Oh, I see Mike Richardson. Hey, what's up, Mike? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. And actually, Mike, I need to talk to you about a drone thing. I told Scott about it, but we can talk about it. I see John with Mappers 2. I see Artco Drone Solutions. Great. Sunrise Water Media. All kinds of awesome people in the chat tonight. So thank you guys for joining. We have a lot to talk about. Hold on. First of all, Dr. Pepper is delicious. I really should get sponsored by them. So tonight on the program, we are going to check in with Philip from the road, of course. He has had some interesting things happening lately with his RV, some mechanical issues that he's had to deal with, near miss with a runaway tire that we have video of that we're excited. He's got some cool footage that he shot out in New Mexico with Doc Murdoch, actually, that we're gonna share. So lots of stuff to show from Philip. We are going to give away, because I missed the 4th, we're gonna give away this right here. May the 4th be with you. This is a Millennium Falcon drone with a little remote control. I think it's made by Air Hogs, and we're gonna give this away during the program. So, or I'm gonna tell you how you can win it. So that will be super cool. I'm also gonna give away this TomZon LED video I recently did, or LED drone, toy drone. I recently did a review of that, which you can go check out. Hint, by the way, the giveaway involves having seen the videos for these, but don't worry, you'll have time. You don't go away right now. Don't go running off to watch those videos. Eat More Possum. I love that name. He's in the chat too. We got I saw Jody in there earlier from SC Aerials, Harley FPV. What's going on? So in addition to giving those things away, I've got a surprise guest that I'll be bringing on in addition to Philip, somebody who I think you guys will enjoy hearing from. We've got 2 Minutes of Hope. Chris Hope actually did one last month, which I did not get to play because I wasn't ready. But tonight we're gonna play it, and it's awesome. You guys are gonna love it. And get this, we are going to do 2 subscribers of the month because I missed May, so I'm gonna have one for May and one for June. So we're actually gonna have 2 subscribers of the month that'll get announced. Those subscribers of the month are gonna get toy drone, a Ready Set Drone hat, a Ready Set Drone mug, all kinds of cool stuff. And before we get too far into it, I wanted to also mention this book right here. Now this looks heavy. This is quite heavy. This is a book by a guy named Christian Malika. I don't know if it's Malika or Malika, but he wrote this book called FPV Flight Dynamics. And it is actually my intent to read this book over the summer and try to figure out some things that I don't already understand about it. He goes into all kinds of stuff about how to do the sticks properly. We'll figure out if thumbers or pinchers are correct through these diagrams. He's gonna talk about how to set your rates correctly, how to do aerobatics, this thing has amazing illustrations and all kinds of information about FPV flight dynamics. And so I think this is available on Amazon. I'm gonna do a proper kind of review of this book, or at least summary of it for people and give you guys a link to it. If you wanted to go check it out on Amazon, you could go to FPV Flight Dynamics. But I'm super excited about it. I appreciate him, Christian, sending this to me. And he's actually going to be a guest on Speed Dial as well in a couple of weeks. So we'll get to talk to him. By then, I better have at least read part of the book because, you know, you can't have him on and have not read anything. So a lot has, and one last thing I forgot to tell everybody. I don't see if anybody's found it. Let's see who can be the first one to find the new member emoji. Because I want to give a big shout out to the flight crew. If you're a member of the flight crew, remember, you get special emojis that you can use during the program. So can somebody throw some emojis up there? Ray Kelly or Matt or Ben or, there we go. I see Lone Star UAV just threw some emojis up. Yeah, so there's a new one. Has anybody found the new one yet? Yes, Lone Star UAV just found it. If you don't know what that is, the second one that you did, Phil, and the one that Lone Star UAV did, Kai, that is the Red Devil. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the Red Devils for a minute. The Red Devils are these really, really treacherous, mean-spirited, hard as steel things that live in Austin, and occasionally we fly near them. And when we do fly near them, what happens is we end up crashing into them sometimes. So let's check it out.
Ooh, cracked lens.
Yeah, not pretty. Okay, so just the other day, I kind of embarrassed myself a little bit with the Gep RC Crocodile 5 baby and crashed into the Red Devils. They're out there in the field laughing at me right now. So I'm back. I'm going to take the Crocodile Baby 5 up again, and I'm going to conquer those Red Devils. So needless to say, I was eventually able to conquer the Red Devils. But in spirit of that, because Chris actually was there shortly after I smashed into that Red Devil and cracked the lens on the DJI digital system. By the way, that was a Gep RC, Crocodile Baby 5. It's a 5-inch kind of cruiser, long-range quad. It's a really cool one. If you haven't seen the review, go check it out. But that crash was detrimental to the lens. I was able to replace the lens. But in spirit of all that, Chris created the Red Devil emoji for me, and I really appreciate him doing that. So use it if you're a part of the flight crew. If you're not part of the flight crew, you really should join because there's a lot of great benefits, including the emojis, including just the fact that I really appreciate you guys and it keeps the channel going and it keeps my spirits jolly, even when it's not Christmas time. So with all that said, I wanted to also, before we jumped into too much more, just talk about some cool stuff that happened in May. I was able to join the Fly for Fun show with Captain Ray Kelly and Johnny Drone Flyer, which was really cool. I did that in May. I was also able to join Fly Zone Drones with Michael and Sergio. That was really cool, and Matt was on there as well. I had some really great guests on Speed Dial, including Jace McCown, who's a former Air Force pilot and now a test pilot for Lift Aircraft. That was really cool. And Austin has had a crazy amount of rain, so our flying has not been as frequent as we like. Haven't been able to see Kai or Chris or some of the guys that we meet up with down in San Antonio quite as much, or Lee, but we are still glad for all the rain. That said, and hey, by the way, Bill Runane's Toys. Bill, tell me how to spell your last name, or say your last name. It looks like Runane's. Bill Runane's Toys. Thank you for joining, Bill. I'm sorry I butchered your name. You joined, I butcher your name. Bill, really appreciate it. You are a brand new member, Balance Charger. That's awesome, thank you. But all of that said, had a great time meeting up with those guys. also had a chance to meet up with a couple of guys, including Harley FPV, who brought his brand new Autel Evo to the park where we flew. That is actually the same day that I crashed into the Red Devil. And Ben Thorntoon, who's also, I think, in the chat, Ben T, he is right here. He's an Austinite, and he came out and flew with us as well that day. Here's a really cool shot of me and Harley. I thought this was just cool looking because of the clouds and the way it looks. Great photo, taken by Chris Waters, by the way. And then there's the three of us, had a really good time. Got to not only fly, but just got to hang out together afterward and kind of talk about some of the common things that we had done back in the day. So it was a great time to meet up with those guys, and I certainly appreciate when we have that opportunity to do so. And now that, kind of this COVID craziness is almost over, it's really awesome. All that said, speaking of craziness, although actually he just kind of went belly up here. Philip, you're not looking great, buddy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You're all
Can
green.
you hear me?
Yeah, but your video's all green. What's going on with that? Oh goodness.
I don't know. Your audio is all choppy.
I wonder if that's a. I wonder if that is a bandwidth thing, because you are just a bunch of green dots on my screen. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
My audio is not good. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let me do this. Let me go ahead. I think now we might know who the other person that I'm bringing in is. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. We've got Kai from Lone Star UAV. What's up, Kai?
Howdy-o.
Oh, there's Philip. All right. Is it any better? Is the audio, when you say choppy, is it just, tell me what choppy means.
It sounds better now. So there's a clear stream, and then there's a stream that's talking over you that's choppy. That's what I was hearing.
Oh, you're hearing twice.
Yeah, and the second one's stuttering.
Okay, well let me do this then. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. So Kai, this is Philip. Philip, Kai. You guys have never met in person, have you?
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay, let me see. Let me actually change. Is that any better? Hello, hello, hello. Check, check,
That's
check.
worse.
How about
Yeah.
now? Check, check, check. Is that better?
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Philip, as you know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, used to live down in Austin, like not too far from where I am. And Kai actually used to live in Austin as well, but Kai is down in New Braunfels now, has become someone that's been hosting some meetups. And I know, Philip, you've talked about next time you're coming through Texas, maybe coming to one of the meetups. It may be a little while with the summer heat here, etc. But where are you, Philip, right now?
So I am in the Dirty Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice. And
It's a long story. I didn't give you the photo. It's exclusive to Instagram. So if you want to go to Outdoors and check out our Instagram, you can see it. But we had a tire, the tread on it completely delaminated. So all the tread came off, and the tire stayed inflated the entire time. So the steel belt was just fine. It held its air, and we had no idea why. So I replaced the tire. I was talking to the manufacturer, and it turns out that all the suspension on my RV is shot. I had to drive it 20 minutes on the interstate to get it to a dealer who could actually work on it. And then when I got there, they basically said, well, you probably shouldn't do it on the interstate. And so I didn't have much of an option. So long story short, there were 3 RV parks nearby that place, conveniently, but also conveniently, none of them had any availability. So they had my RV, and I am in a hotel room, as you can tell by looking around me. So, I like my my memory foam bed a lot better than this thing. It's a red roof inn. So we have two dogs. And we had to find somewhere that would let us bring our dogs in. And typically the trashy hotels are the ones that let you bring your dogs with you.
Hold on. There we go. My audio was out for a second. The trashy hotels, but I'll give you both my take on that. Drury inns. The Drury is like the best place that takes dogs, in my opinion. Well, I mean, unless you're going into like a Four Seasons or a Marriott or something where you have to pay a bunch of extra. But Drury's have free breakfast. They have a happy hour. They have a free internet, and they're way better than Red Roof Inn. And they take dogs. So look around and see if there's a Drury nearby.
Well, actually, any hotel will take dogs. You just got to tell them they're service animals.
Oh, there you go. Or just put them under a blanket or something when you bring them in. Tell them they're your luggage.
You know Butter. She's not quiet enough to do that.
No.
I'm surprised she hasn't been barking yet.
No, that's true. Well, so you had. Can we take a look at that near miss? Just because you have had so many exciting things happening with your RV. Hold on, let me just get this going here.
See the live output though, so
hold on.
I'm gonna comment over everyone.
I'm gonna give you that in just a second. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm the. All right, here we go. Live output. All right, now you're seeing the live output, or you should be.
Yes.
And here it comes. Boom. What's going on here?
So we're going down the interstate. We're actually towing the RV while this is going on, and you can see like just from the other side of the interstate. So that we are going, I think, southbound, and that's the northbound lane. It came over from the northbound lane across, and it almost went in front of the truck. If it went in front of the truck, that would have been a lot more of a disastrous situation. It probably would have broke the windshield or did some significant damage, but it just barely missed us. And this wasn't really that recent, but I just pulled it from my dash cam because I had it saved for a long time. And I was like, this is related to what's going on right now. We get into a lot of weird situations on the road for sure.
Oh, what's going on? Clear layer. There, and there. Okay, now we're back. Dash cam's one of those things that if you're on long road trips, I got one about 2 years ago, and because we drive up to New York every summer, and we're driving up actually next week, and having that dash cam just makes you feel so much more peace of mind. You know, just that if something happens, you got it documented.
Yeah.
But you've also been in New Mexico, right?
I have. There's so much to catch up on since we've last talked because we missed last month. But yeah, I was in New Mexico recently, and I met with Doc Murdoch. So actually, when we did the show the last time, he reached out, and we were actually not that far away from him, only a couple hours. So we met up with him, and we flew at a rock face that looked pretty cool, and then we went to check out a huge mine. So yeah, this is a video of the rock face. This is actually right outside of the mine area. If you ask me what town this is, I don't remember, but Dr. Murdoch can probably tell you since he's here. But this is a pretty cool looking rock face. It's literally right outside the mine. And then this next shot that we're going to go to is the huge mine. And again, I'm probably going to butcher the facts, so he can probably give you some more good information. But this mine, I'm pretty sure it's over a mile deep. It's really hard to get perspective until a little bit later, but just keep in mind, like the parts that look like stairs, those are probably like 20 feet tall at least, if not more. And yeah, so yeah, they are bigger than a person. They actually had an observatory area that those closed off because of COVID. But you could actually see a tire up close in person, and it was larger than a person.
Wow.
But they literally dug all this out, and you can actually see hills. I'll show you a video of it here in a second. But you can see hills where the area is that they dug out. So here, if you look at those step-like things, then ahead you can see some cars. Those cars are just normal-sized cars. And you can get a good size comparison of how big each of those steps are compared to those cars, and it's just huge. Like, it's so much to take in, and it was honestly really beautiful, both from the surface as well as from the air, and just a really cool experience. We basically drove 2.5, 3 hours to go see this, and it was totally worth it. 100%.
And what were you flying, the Mavic Air 2 or the Air 2?
This was the Mavic 2 Pro, so I didn't have the I didn't have the Air, the new Air at that time.
But you have an Air 2S now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, what do you think?
Video that I gave you that we can look at. Well, first of all, let me show you this cool case. So I never really understood the value of GPC cases until I actually got one. But this is actually really nice. I like this a lot in terms of like quality and everything. I've got the smart controller and everything in there too. And they even have these cool SD card cases that just slide in, and you always have your SD cards with you in a convenient space. I really like this case a lot. I really like the drone a lot. I will say that if you are like a cinephile, like someone who really likes adjusting settings, this isn't for you. There are not any settings to adjust in there. I couldn't even figure out how to turn off the sensors completely in that app. There's basically no settings to adjust in that app. It's kind of like the drone equivalent of a point-and-shoot camera. But for what it is, which is the drone equivalent of a point-and-shoot camera, it does really good. The video just straight out of the camera is awesome. The only complaint that I have, those new master shots that they have, none of this is master shots, by the way, but the master shots they have, every time that I've used it, there's been props in at least 2 of the shots when I did the master shots.
Yeah, and
it's been a little bit windy when I did it, but...
And the thing with the master shots too is you actually have to really look around to make sure that everything's clear, because they kind of just goes all over the place by itself, and you're like, okay, you don't want to do a master shot over water with something it could run into sideways, because I don't think it has sideways sensors.
It doesn't, and it swings really wide on master shots. Honestly, like all the places I'd want to do master shots, I'm questioning if I can actually do master shots there. So there are some cool features. I don't know why I left this in. I just did some bad video editing. Sorry. There are some cool features of the Mavic 2 or the Mavic Air 2S for sure. And how do I put this? It's for some people and it's not for other people. And if you do have it, if you do use the automated shots, they aren't perfect, but they are pretty cool. And this shot, this has nothing to do with master shots or anything, but look to the left as I'm going back. I literally almost I was brushing up against the tree.
Yeah.
And I did not realize it.
Did the sensor stop it? Did it stop on its own?
No. I stopped it right in time without even realizing how close I was to that tree.
Oh, man. And were you over water at that point?
I was, yes.
Yeah,
so I definitely could have went in. This is one of the cooler features of the drone too. So like the actual like FPV kind of flying, I didn't do anything cool with it yet, but like this, I don't know, it's just so different, and I really like it a lot. And that's something that they could easily add to the like Mavic 2 Pro, but they haven't. And okay, so this is some windmills. This is in Oklahoma actually. This is sped up.
I was gonna say was that sped up because it looked like you were going really fast.
I was sped up a lot because it took a little bit to get out there. I totally had line of sight the entire time, but there were probably over 200 windmills. And if you look closely, so we're gonna come in on one for a minute here. Again, a little bit sped up, but you can see on the props there where it's actually caught fire before. And I didn't realize this, but I've seen literally, let's say five windmills either had caught on fire at one time, or had like you could still see the damage of where the motor was out because of the fire.
Wait, caught on fire so because of like a forest fire or because of electrical?
No, because of electrical.
Oh wow!
I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, I didn't either.
I saw so many going through that empty area that they just catch on fire. Yeah. And this was random.
People don't understand too the blades on those things. I mean, if Kai is a
They're
tall guy.
so huge.
Those blades are 4 Kais or 10 Kais tall. I mean, that should be a new unit of measurement, by the way.
They are the length of 4 full-length semi-trailers. So they actually transport them like across 2 semi-trailer pieces that are disconnected.
Yeah, there's like the front of it, and then it's the entire blade, and then I've seen them on the highway before.
Yeah, if you see it in person, it's literally the length of 4 semi-trailers. So just imagine a semi-truck and then 4 trailers behind it. That's how long that thing is.
One blade.
One blade. Yeah, there's 3 or 4? It's crazy to see. Yeah, 3. It's crazy to see it in person. I saw them being constructed too. And the process they do to get it up in the air, when they put them down on the ground, they actually assemble the blades first. And they have to keep it from spinning, so they actually they ratchet strap them down to the ground. So they keep the blades from spinning while they're on the ground by just strapping them down. That's pretty crazy.
Man, I wouldn't want to be around when that thing snaps, right? So did you attempt to fly through any of the blades, or did you stay a healthy distance away?
I stayed a healthy distance away, partially because I think that's critical infrastructure and you're not supposed to get too close to them, and partially because I didn't want to lose the drone. Yeah.
Well, so
he's got more sense than me, because I went up by Sweetwater. That's where they have all the windmills here in Texas.
Yeah.
And I took my air out and flied around those things, and about halfway through the flight, my controller disconnected from the quad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that the original Air or the Air 2?
No, that was the original Air.
Okay, so Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. And
yeah.
She disconnected, and I'm like, nothing's happening. I had nothing on the screen anymore, no reaction. So I start actually shutting down the controller, set in my truck, and right about that time, I hear the noise above me of that mad bee swarm, where she came back on a return to home.
Man, and it didn't hit any blades, because I mean those things are moving. So you think about it, it's not going to see forward. If it's going forward and the blade is going like this, it could totally take it out.
For sure.
I've often wondered too, the speed of those blades, even though they look like they're turning slow, they're actually going pretty fast because they're so big. They're traveling such a big distance in a short period of time. It's almost like, Jupiter's orbit around compared to, some other planet. It's much further away, so it seems to go slower, but it's got to still go pretty fast to get around, that. I don't know. That's a bad analogy. Sorry.
No, but you're right. It's going a lot faster than it seems, for sure.
And the force. Oh man, if it hit your drone, that would be like a Mack truck. That would be like Kai's. What was it? The Tyro, not the Tyro. Titan ramming into my little tiny toothpick drone. If anybody has seen that, smack. Big time.
Well, if you would have stayed out of my way, everything would have been fine.
And it really was kind of funny because that was the tiniest digital FPV drone I owned. It was literally a toothpick drone, under 250 grams, and that the Titan is probably what, 300 or 400, 600, 700 grams. How many grams is that thing?
It's about 600 grams. Was a action camera on it. It's a 5-inch full size.
But they both survived. That was kind of the cool thing. After a little bit of massaging. Well,
I could keep flying. There was yours that went off to the ditch.
It was like a baseball and a bat, basically. Philip, have you flown? I'm trying to think. Have you ever flown FPV?
I have one time, and I've flown an FPV drone outside of a few times, not very successfully. I'm very much crutching on the GPS for the most part when I fly.
You're just trying to get some good shots. You're not worried about doing anything fancy. Well, I think that if you get a chance, and you certainly will if you come back to Texas, to fly the DJI FPV drone in sport mode, it gives you a good feeling of what it feels like. Would you say, Kai? I mean, it's not the same as flying acro, but if you don't fly a lot of FPV, it's a good place to start, I think.
Well, it's a place to start, but I'm not all that sold on the DJI FPV. I mean,
So
You
Kai,
know what?
Oh, go ahead.
So I almost bought the DJI FPV along with the Air 2S, and there's one reason I did not. The headset does not work with it. The headset only works with the DJI FPV, and I think they originally advertised that they were going to add support for other drones, and they now say that they're not going to in the foreseeable future.
To the
And
Air
that was
2S?
the one.
You mean the?
Yeah, that was the
well,
one thing that basically told me on not getting it, because I wanted to use it with the Air 2S as well. Like I would like to be able to use FPV with that drone as well as the FPV drone.
I can tell you. I mean, I think that their long-term plan is to make the goggles compatible with all of their OcuSync drones going forward. I mean, it just makes sense, right? It's another selling feature, and it's another reason people might not want to fly acro, but they might want to use the goggles, much like the old goggles, to line up shots on a sunny day when it's so bright you can't see your screen. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And to just get really precise. I was just going to say, hey, real quick to Brad. Brad joined, Brad Alston, River City RVA just joined. So good to see you. My brother Brad from Virginia. Kai, the other thing, though, that, with regard to the FPV stuff and DJI stuff, you mentioned something when we were chatting earlier about something that got leaked today. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, on the Walmart website, they leaked the Mini SE, and for at a price point of $299.
And I think you had a really good theory about why they're doing this. It's as we talked about it, I understand it's a Wi-Fi version. It's not OcuSync. It's kind of like the original Mavic Mini, but it isn't. But it has a new controller. Is that right?
Yeah, they basically taken the original Mini, was 2.7K camera, and they took the Mini 2 controller and paired it up with it. Now it says on the specs 2.5 kilometer reach, so that would suggest it's a Wi-Fi control link. And I'm convinced it's to boat out the toy market. Hubsan Xeno Mini and the Fimi Mini.
Yeah.
There's a number of minis that came on the market as of late in the under 250 gram category that they're trying to step on their turf, or don't want to be stepped on, whichever way you want to look at it.
And I think those have been getting some really good reviews from people. I mean, the Fimi and the Hubsan are supposed to be, for the price, they're supposed to be pretty decent drones. You know, I mean, they're really. It's one of those unfortunate things where they could go to this race to the bottom kind of thing, kind of like action cameras were doing for a while, where everybody had a camera that was almost as good as a GoPro, you know, and then GoPro came out with a 9, which I think is actually one of the best action cameras you can get today. But you know, it does make the price cheaper for everybody.
Well, they're trying to get the prices, but I'm hearing on the Hubsan Xeno they sold more than what they have material for, so there's going to be delays in deliveries. And the Fimi, I'm not all that sold on it. I don't think the camera on it is all that great.
Philip, do you remember the Hubsan Xeno when we flew it at Canyon Vista? You remember that terrible experience we had?
I do, yes. I remember it vividly.
Tell Kai what happened. I mean, there were some things that were just crazy about it.
So I'm pretty sure it was windy that day too, right?
It was, yeah.
But you basically lost it 2 times. You crashed it 1 time.
Yep. Almost hit you a couple times.
Yeah. Basically, it was not great in terms of control. And we did not have a good time.
No, and I ripped on it and really caught a lot of grief from a lot of people who really liked the Xeno. You know, you didn't calibrate it, you didn't do the compass calibration, you didn't do. I mean, there were a bunch of things, and we went back and did a second video, and it did the same thing. I was never a big fan of the Xeno. I know there's a lot of people out there that like it, but personally, I was never convinced after those experiences.
My live streaming partner, Dad Random, refers to the Xeno as the Goonie Bird.
like the movie Goonies?
Yeah.
What?
It has a mind of its own.
Ah, okay. No,
Albatrosses. Have you ever seen albatross land?
no. What do they do when they land?
It looks more like an organized crash. Yeah, they've been known to roll on impact.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I feel like because the original Xeno was priced similar to like I think at the time a Spark or the original Mavic Air. If you're gonna, it might have been a little cheaper, but I don't know. It just doesn't. I have yet to find a GPS drone. Maybe no, I'd say even the Autel Evo 2 Pro. It does. None of them have that GPS lock and that fine control that a DJI camera drone has. I just haven't seen one yet. I don't know if you guys have a different opinion, or if anybody in the chat has flown a different brand that they feel like flies as well as like a Mavic, because the Mavics just generally, especially the Mavic 2 Pro, the Mavic 2 Zoom, and the new Airs, fly very, very smooth and very precise.
So it was about $100 cheaper than the Spark at the time, if I recall correctly, because it was about $200. The Spark was like $350. The Spark, honestly, was a great drone. I mean, for its time, especially, like that was the budget drone to get, and it flew perfectly. Even in high winds, it was just stable, super stable. And DJI has only gone, I mean, better. It's lighter. The drones are lighter, and they're still just as stable. And you can. So I was actually showing my nieces and nephews this, but I took the Mavic Air 2S, whatever it is, and I shook it, and I was like, look at the camera, and the camera's stationary. I was shaking it like crazy, and they're like, no way. I said, yeah, look at it. You can't even tell the drone's shaking. It's just amazing, the kind of stuff that, like, these drones are great. And obviously I'm a DJI fanboy, but I wouldn't buy anything else. No way.
Kai, any thoughts on that?
Well, I actually fly a Autel Evo.
The first the Evo 1, yeah. No, it's a good drone. It's got a lot of merit, but honestly, all bias aside, do you feel like it flies as well as a Mavic, say a Mavic 2?
Well, I never flown a Mavic 2, so I can't make that comparison. I had the Mavic Air, and I went from the Mavic Air to the Autel Evo, the Evo 1.
Okay.
And the reason I did that is, for one, you have the digital zoom on it. The other thing that I really like about the Evos, you can fly, you can record, and you can take pictures at the same time. You don't have to stop your recording to take a picture.
Ah, like in the middle of a video roll, you can hit take a picture and it'll do it.
Yeah, you can hit the shutter in the middle. You take your video, you hit the shutter, and it takes a picture.
And that picture is a full-on, like 12, 20 megapixel picture in the middle of a 4K or a 1080 video. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I actually didn't know that. And I will say, too, Autel's got it right on the controller, because it comes with a better controller than the ones that come with the DJI. Now, once you get into the smart controller, have either of you seen the new Autel smart controller?
I've seen of it, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, it's like as much as it's crazy kind of. Well, I definitely think that Autel is pushing the industry, right? They're helping us get better drones because and like you said with the new Mavic, the Mini SE or whatever it's called, it's great that there's competitors out there pushing it, Hey, thank you for the super chat, Brad. I love my Air 2S, but really want FPV with goggles once my piggy bank gets full. Maybe after this year. Hey, man, just got to keep dropping those quarters in the piggy bank, or in the swear jar, because I know Brad swears a lot, So maybe just every time no, I'm just kidding. He doesn't really.
Well, that comes with laser printers.
What's that?
That comes with laser printers.
What does the swear jar?
The swear jar. Because there's a lot of four-letter words that come out of your mouth when you work with it.
That's true. Or
like 3D printers.
Anytime you've got something that we've got a couple of lights in the background here that right before the show I was trying to figure out how to change the color on them, and I was like, why isn't this easy? It should be easy. Well, so Kai, what's going on with you? Anything exciting? You probably haven't been flying much because of the weather as well, right?
You can't fly. I mean, it's all soaking wet. It's raining, keeps raining. It's been, what, 3 weeks now that
Yeah, about a
we had
month.
constant rain?
Pretty much the whole month of
We
May.
had to cancel our flight meetup in May because the weekend that we were planning for it rained. And then, I bumped back by a week and it was raining again. I'm like, okay, this is nonsense. So our next meetup is actually going to be on the 19th of June.
Okay.
There's a Facebook group now too called Central Texas Meetup.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, if anybody wants to come down for it, I will at that time be, that's a Saturday, right? The 19th. I will still be traveling, so I won't be back. But come down. I will tell you that Kai is a great guy to fly with. He'll help you if you have issues with your drone. He also has an amazing spot to fly. The place where we go to meet up, it's about an hour drive for myself and Chris and some folks from Dallas who have driven down. And Chris Hope came out, and lots of people have driven there. But when you get there and you see it, it's a really pretty field. It's really kind of down in a little valley, so you get some wind protection all around you. It's huge. I mean, there's plenty of space. Even if there's sports going on one end, there's like a whole end that they don't even use. So I think there's only been 1 or 2 cases where there's been a conflict with sports.
Yeah.
But
the park is 75 acres.
Yeah, and it's pretty much all flat and free of trees, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just basically
There's plenty of area around. There's the Guadalupe River on the backside of it, and you can follow along the river. You have to gorge on the other side where lake overflowed 20 years ago and create this big canyon. You can fly it all the way up to the dam. I mean,
and then here's the real kicker. If you go, is then you go eat at Granny D's.
Yeah,
Granny D's is some legit home cooking stuff. Hey Butters, what's up, dog? What's up, Corgi? Philip, you look very content with your dog in your lap. That's your service animal, huh?
Yeah, she makes me happy.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where you're talking about drones and you're holding a dog, so you really can't be unhappy. And by the way, Kai, would you show us your T-shirt? Because I got to say that logo is super cool. I mean, you got your fixed wing, you got your hexacopter. What is 5?
Quadcopter.
No. Well, I'm looking at the front.
It's like the dead cat frame where you have 2 prop further in the back.
So basically, it can do VTOL and then it can fly for a really long distance, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Actually,
like
it's supposed to be a cross, representing the quads and the fixed wings. Because I fly both.
And you've got a wing that back there behind you. I've seen that wing in action a couple of times, and I've actually got some pretty funny video of Kai. I think it was that one where you were trying to launch it, and it went straight down into the ground.
That didn't work so hot. that wing had a rough life. It ended up on the side of a water tower. It went through a farm fence. It had a few rough goes at it,
but you put an air unit on there, right?
It has a full air unit on it.
Yeah, makes super cool video. Steve Carpenter in the house. I just saw him join. Thank you for being here, Chris Hope. By the way, we are going to get to 2 minutes of hope here in just a few minutes because I missed it last month, and really want to play it. Chris always puts together something awesome for us. Let's see how we're doing on time. Oh gosh, it's already 7:47. Any other comments before we jump into 2 minutes of hope? You guys can stick around if you want. If you don't have anywhere to go, I'll keep you on while we roll into these next few videos.
I ain't got nowhere to go.
Okay.
My first Fridays are yours.
That's here's to Philip and Kai. Well, so before we jump into there, I do want to tease you guys one more time with this little guy here. So again, it was just recently May 4th for Star Wars Day, if you don't know what that is. This right here is the Millennium Falcon, and I'm going to give it away at the end of I'm going to tell you how to win it at the end of this program. But before I do, Let me just see if I can actually get it in the air. It's actually a little bit of a bugger to fly. Oh, goodness. Can you hear it?
It's probably one of those. Yeah, it sounds like it sounds hollow, like the inside of it's hollow.
No, it's actually quite. Thank you. It's actually made of foam. It's made of like pretty. You see, it's got these little laser guns. Anyway, I'm gonna give it away. It's got this cool light on the back, and if nothing else, it looks super cool sitting on your shelf. You know, it's got all the details in it. So stick around for that. And also, as I said, I've got two, count them, 2 subscribers of the month, and I think they're both in the chat, which really makes me happy. I always love it when the sub of the month is in the chat, because we didn't do one last month, so I'm gonna do 2 this month. But all of that said, I wanna play a video that Chris Hope made for us. It's the 2 Minutes of Hope, and this one has a special dedication to it, so I think you guys will especially enjoy it. This is 2 Minutes of Hope from Chris Hope. If you don't know who he is, go check out his channel because he does some awesome stuff. And here's 2 Minutes of Hope.
Hello, everyone. This month, we're going to do 2 minutes for Rick Halber. Rick was a friend to all of us. He was always in our live streams, cutting up, messing with everybody. And Rick, we miss you. We missed that. But you was in my first live stream, Rick, that I did from this school, Crossroads, where I went to school, 1st through 12th grade. This old water tower has been there since the 30s when they built the school. So, buddy, this is for you. We appreciate you, Rick, and Godspeed, my friend. Until we meet again, take care.
All right, Chris Hope, thank you for putting that together. For anybody new in the chat, Rick Halber was a guy, he was actually one of the very first people that reached out to me and one of the very first people who used to watch my live streams. And he passed away earlier this year. He is very deeply missed by this community. And Chris, that was an awesome tribute. So thank you. We appreciate it. But during the video, I thought I heard something. It's kind of weird. Something like back in the back of the building. Did you guys hear that big clunk a minute ago?
Yeah,
Heard something.
You heard it, yeah? Just some kind of weird clunk or something was.
Gotta be
Whoa!
in here somewhere. Whoa, who's that?
Hey,
Kelly. Hey.
Chris, what's going on?
I was just flying my drone outside and it got stuck in a tree and I'm just trying to find it.
You're flying your drone at my office during First Friday? I thought you were watching. I saw you in the comments. Were you watching on your phone? What was up?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain that.
You ended up here at my office, and you lost your drone, and you have a pen and paper. Oh goodness, this guy is kind of obsessive. I love this guy. Don't get me wrong. This is Chris friggin' Waters. I mean, you know, he's Sunrise Water Media. He wrote literally the best version ever of the Ready Set Drone song, but He keeps coming to me with a pen and paper because do you want me to write a check or?
I would like your autograph. Please, pretty please.
Philip, can you talk to this kid?
If you want to be his sidekick, you can't ask him for autographs.
I think there are stalking laws on that.
Yeah, Kai says there's stalking laws, and Philip just said you've got to get in line to be my sidekick. So.
Oh man.
All right, but here you go, man. Here's the autograph. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. This is a T-shirt. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
I really appreciate it. I hope I'm not disturbing anything.
No. We're
Really
just in the
busy.
middle of a show here. It's all good, man. It's all good. You wore the right shirt. I appreciate that. Well, I guess while you're here, I mean, I know you're a creative dude. Is there anything you want to share? I mean, you seem like you have an ulterior motive.
I actually have a video on this flash drive.
Oh, wait a minute.
Would you be able to play
First
it?
of all, it was just once. I was in college. I really. Okay, a video on a flash drive. Okay.
It's a very special video.
Put it in. Okay, special. What is it? Don't you do those remixes on people? Is that something that you?
I happen to have remixed you in this video.
You happen to have what?
I remixed you in this video.
Oh Lord! Now I know Mel, and I don't know if Lloyd's in the chat or not, but these guys have been. Mel, if you could just chat real quick and let me know if I should play this because I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
Yeah.
Kai. Oh.
You have nothing to worry about. I promise. There's nothing embarrassing in there. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing embarrassing. Should I play it, guys? Let's hear in the chat. Anybody in the chat got any thoughts about playing this video? Are we even
$20 super chat plays it, right?
Oh yes, I like your style, Philip. How about even just a $2 super chat? Hey, what's up, Mel? I see you there. Yeah, apparently Chris did to me what he did to you and Lloyd, and he wants to play it now. Anybody got any thoughts on that before we jump into this? I guess I'm in top chat. Let me scoot over to live chat. Boom, play it, says Michael. Right, play it. Yes, Artco says play it. All right.
Give a thorough virus scan first. Yeah.
Anybody gonna put their money where their mouth is? Come on, $2.
With how creepy he's being, I probably would have virus scanned it before I put it into my main computer.
All right, so
here's
oh shoot, wait a minute. I think he's taking over. He's taking over my channel. That's all right, he can have it. So I'm just gonna say this. In all honesty, I have not seen this video.
That's correct. Kelly has not seen it.
There you go.
Sure.
Oh, Mel says play it. All right. I haven't seen this video. It is Mike Miller says play it too. All right. Well, it sounds like we got a consensus. $10. $5 is $5, right? $10 is $10. We've got a consensus. Chris actually, Ben T says play it. All right. Hey, Artco, yes. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going with the play it. Adam, hey man, good to see you. Mappers too, John. All right. Well done. Well done there, Philip. That was that's why you're my sidekick.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, I really have not seen this. Chris asked me not to watch it. We literally, hey, Dustin time. Chris asked me not to watch it, just to load it up and see what happens. So I'm gonna actually put us up in the corner, and we're gonna play it, and you're gonna get my reaction as it plays.
Is it at the beginning right now?
It should be at the beginning. Yes.
It doesn't look like it.
That's just us. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can rewind it here. Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Chris Hope says play it twice.
All right. Here it comes. Let's go remix, and let's hope this works.
Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Sunrise Water Media. And today I have this crazy little flying saucer thing from Fly Nova. And so we're gonna spin it up and check it out. What you can do is you can toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air, air. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and you try to catch it before it gets away. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. I've had this thing hit me in the face. toss it in the air, and catch it. Toss it in the trash can, in the trash can, toss it in the trash can, in the trash can, toss it in the trash, toss it in the trash.
Yay!
So to summarize, we should toss it in the air and then catch it. Is that about right?
That's really kind of what you do with it. You toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Like a pancake, toss it in the air and catch it. If it's a hot, hot day, you could sit under it. It's strangely fun, but odd, like me. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it, catch it, toss it, catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. And there it is.
Hold on. I'll bring us back here and let me clear this layer. And okay, what's going on with the picture-in-picture stuff? Oh, good golly. Hold on. Let's try this one here. There we go. Is that the one we want? Yes. So I'm sorry, Kai and Philip. I forgot to give you guys output. So I don't think you actually saw or heard it, but you can go back and watch it. That was freaking amazing. So that video, it was of the little fidget spinner thing, and it has gone crazy for some reason. Like I should take a screenshot of the analytics on it. I put it out. It was one of these dumb little toy videos that doesn't really do much, and then all of a sudden it just took off. But I said that so many times. Toss it in the air, catch it. Well done. Hey, who's got a little applause for Sunrise Water Media here?
So on that note, I made you a T-shirt.
Okay. Oh, strangely fun but odd. Is that what it says?
I quoted your
Hey,
your video.
you know what I'm gonna do with this shirt? Woo! Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Toss it in the air and catch it. Yes! So by the way, Chris Waters has been here helping me out through this whole thing. Even though he was in the chat, he was actually right over there catching the Millennium Falcon, etc. So thanks, man.
Yep.
I really appreciate it. I will wear this shirt. And I even autographed it, huh?
No, that wasn't the one.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I was autographing my own shirt.
No.
Strangely fun, but odd. There you go. That's a new Ready, Set, Drone t-shirt. Kai, Philip, any comments on that?
I think everything's been
So
said.
I kind of caught the end of it on the actual live stream, and I still really want one of those.
The shirt?
Little fidget
Oh,
spinner.
the little spinner
no,
thing.
the UFO. Yeah.
So I ended up buying another one because I'm gonna make a second video. I mean, it's like that video's got like 300,000 views or 250 or something like that, which is just insane for how dumb that video is. But anyway, yeah, big applause. Thanks, Jim's Droning. Toss it in the air and catch it. Well, as promised, oh, wait, before I tell you guys how to win the Millennium Falcon, I am going to do one more thing, and that is tell you who the subscriber of the month is. And again, one more time, big round of applause for Chris Waters. He's the man. I think everybody should have the goal of eventually getting remixed by Chris Waters. It's like a celebrity roast of sorts, I guess. So,
Well, I'm scared to see what he's going to do with mine.
yeah, you know what? Nobody messes with you, Kai. That's just it. No, they're not afraid of me. You know, you instill some respect from people. And thank you guys all for the super chats. That was really cool. I appreciate it to get it to play. What I have, yeah, my wife says that about sums you up, Ready, Set, Drone. Thank you, Jody. you toss it in the air and catch it. That's all I can. That's how I proposed. I'm kind of flustered, actually. So last month we did not have a subscriber of the month because I was disorganized and didn't do a proper show. Tonight we're doing a proper show. It's been a great show. It's been a lot of fun. We're getting close to the end. But I do want to say that tonight I have 2 subscribers of the month. Both these guys are, I think, like I said, in the chat, they are both big parts of this community. And I'm just super impressed by how positive they are in the chats, how much they support all the channels. I see them in so many of the live streams, but also in the fact that one of them just recently put on a live event, a meetup in Florida, and that is Captain Ray Kelly, and Matt Cundiff is our second subscriber of the month. So congrats to both you guys. I want to just say a word about Captain Ray. First of all, what a great guy. I look so forward to meeting him in person. He has been just such a big part of this community for quite a while now, but really just, I see him all over the place. I was on his show last month, had a great time doing that, the Fly for Fun show with Johnny Drone Flyer. Anyway, Ray put on this event in Florida, had, 50 people show up, and that takes so much work, and it's so huge for our community. So thank you for putting on that event. If you haven't already checked it out, they're doing it again in 2022 in Florida again, and it's going to be I think it's April 2nd. It's whatever that Saturday is, right around the beginning of April. Go hit up Captain Ray Kelly's Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. That's his YouTube channel, and you can get all the details there. He also has it on Facebook. And then Matt Cundiff, man, this guy, like I said, someone who's just been super positive in this community, has been shouting out to people, has been showing up and helping folks. He's helping Ray, I think, put on the 2022 event. Just really has great energy, and I love getting to know him. I got a good chance to be on a live show with him last week or 2 weeks ago, and just really enjoyed chatting with him afterward. And so, Matt, congrats, man. You certainly deserve it. I've got lots of goodies for you guys. I'll be sending you guys Chris Waters' remote control and his FPV goggles, so I hope you like those. No, I've actually got some toy drones I'm going to send you guys that have cool LEDs on them. I've only got 2 hats left that are large. I have a bunch of smalls, but you guys will have to tell me what your hat sizes are. I'm going to send you some hats. I'm going to send you some shirts. I'm going to send you some Yeti mugs. I'm going to send you just a whole swag bag full of stuff. So congrats to both of you for being subscribers of the month for both the months of May and June. I do this every month. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Everybody out there who's in the Michael Blades, I just saw you come in. Dad Random, thanks for joining. Like I said, Artco. Hey, Sunrise Water Media. Chris with a $2 super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. He comes out and helps and pays me to do it. That's so cool. Yeah, you guys, this is amazing. Kai, it's been so great getting to know you. Philip, so great getting to know you as well. And we wouldn't have met without this hobby. That's what blows me away. Any thoughts, guys? I'm doing a lot of talking.
Well, you're good at it.
I am good at it. Thank you.
According to Jody, it's the getting you to shut up the trick.
Yeah, that is a bit of a trick. She knows how to do it though. That's why we got married. By the way, I am going to tell everybody. What's that?
She's got the duct tape.
I am going to tell you guys, if you haven't checked out Lone Star UAV, that's just Lone Star UAV on YouTube. Go check out Kai's YouTube channel. He does a live stream about 2 hours before this one on Fridays, and so I love to see people jump from his over to mine. So if you've got time earlier, go watch Kai and Dad Random do their thing. I've been on their show before too. And then Philip and his wife have a killer Instagram account. As a matter of fact, Jody told me about your flat tire because she saw it on Instagram. So Outdoorish is the Instagram account. What are you guys at now? You're at a pretty high count so far, huh?
I don't even keep track. I think it's somewhere around 7,000.
Dang.
Thanks.
I am stuck on Instagram, way lower than that, and I just don't post enough or don't have enough interesting stuff to stay. I don't know what it is, but Instagram just sucks for me. But congrats on that. So if you're into Instagram and you want to know what it's like to live your life with 2 dogs in an RV, then check out Outdoorish on Instagram.
If it makes you feel any better, my YouTube's tiny, but also we don't post very much there either. So I think there's a correlation to how much you post versus how many followers you get in certain areas.
That's kind of true across the board, yes. But guys, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna tell everybody now how they can win the this here Millennium Falcon. And like I said, it's not actually the easiest thing to fly in the world. I did a video on this, of course, and it's really, really bad. I went back and watched it earlier today, and it's bad audio quality. Like, I'm pretty much bumbling around with the camera. It's way too long. It takes me forever to get to the point. It's a horrible video. But if you want to win this thing, you got to go watch it. And you got to watch it, and you got to tell me in the video, I say, to succeed with this drone, and here's the quote, "You definitely will fly in a place, definitely fly in a place blank, blank, blank." There's 3 words after that. So definitely fly in a place blank, blank, blank. You have to tell me what those 3 words are. Email it to contest@ReadySetDrone. Don't jump away yet, but you can start watching, and you'll hear me say, to succeed with this drone, you need to definitely fly in a place blank, blank, blank. Send me those words, contest@ReadySetDrone. I'll check in the morning. First person to get it right wins this. I'll ship it to you. Even if you live in Timbuktu, I'll still ship it to you. I'm not Sean Oz. I'm no shipping cheapskate. I hope Sean's in the chat. Because he'll only ship in the good old USA. I'll ship to Canada. As a matter of fact, I don't know where Charles is, but I just shipped him a package of Mavic Air filters, and I'd say that the filters were like $19, and the shipping was like $39. So that's how I roll. I take care of my peeps, especially when I get a bunch of $5 super chats. That just paid for the shipping to whoever won this thing. Any final words for the folks out there tonight before we drop off? Oh, and thank you, BMAC, by the way. I forgot to say thank you for that $5 super chat to BMAC's aerial visuals. Thank you. Any final words, Philip? What should we remember as we go into the summer of 2021?
I have a sincere lack of final words, but my crutch is don't do drugs, kids, and I think I'll stick with that.
Okay. All right. Kai, what are you going to tell them to do drugs?
Don't do drugs. Stay hydrated and use sunblock.
Use sunblock. You guys are like a couple of middle school football coaches or something.
We're turning this into PBS. This is a public broadcasting station. We're supported by viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for your support. Thanks to everyone for joining tonight. You guys are the best. I really enjoy doing this and appreciate everybody showing up. And we'll see you next time. I've got some awesome guests. As a matter of fact, like I said, Christian Molika will be my guest on Speed Dial. I do a show every Friday, so if you want to hear those interviews, turn in on Friday. All right, guys, good night. We'll see you all next time.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV, props and motors and ESCs, gimbals and cameras are what we use to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. How will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Ready Set Drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so